Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I hope everybody had a great week. And today we're going to be talking about NFL trades and we're going to be talking a little bit about March Madness. So stay with me. Hello, everyone. I hope everybody had a great Easter weekend. I took the week off. I went back home with my family and I celebrated my Easter. But I'm back, and this is episode 12 of the podcast, I think. Today, we're going to be talking about NFL trades and March Madness because that's what took place over the course of the past 2 weeks. So, starting off, we're going to talk about Stephon Diggs getting traded to the Houston Texans from the Buffalo Bills. According to ESPN, I'm going to pull it up right here. The Texans acquired Diggs on Wednesday, sending a 2025 second-round pick to Buffalo. Houston acquired 2 draft picks, a 2024 sixth-round pick, and a 2025 fifth-round pick. The Texans acquired the 25 second-round pick from the Vikings when they traded for the first-round pick to Minnesota last month. So Stephon Diggs to the Texans, I feel like gives C.J. Stroud a new set of weapons. He has 3 different receivers he can now choose from. You could choose from Tank Dell, you could choose from Nico Collins, you could choose Stephon Diggs now. And also the Texans, what I feel was a pretty smart move was wipe out the rest of his contract years because they don't want to waste money on him if he has one of those underwhelming seasons with the Texans. They want to decide what he can do now, and then after that they'll evaluate whether or not he can be on the Houston Texans. And the Texans been making great business moves. Not only they had an offense, they went out and got a defense. They drafted Will Anderson Jr. They also got 2 dominant safeties in Jimmy Ward, and also I say his last name is Nelson. If I'm not correct me if I'm wrong. And the Texans, I feel like, are going to be one of those playoff teams we see in many years to come. So Texans keep doing their thing, making great business moves. They are the only Texas team in the NFL that are actually making business moves, aside from another team that we all know about. So going on to the next topic, this is a controversial topic that's taken place over the last 2 weeks. We got Rashee Rice controversy. Rashee Rice was involved in a 6-car collision on a Central Expressway, and I think Highway 75. I believe I'm from Dallas. I think I know where that is. Highway 75. I-75. Yeah. Marijuana was found in the car. And this is like recent news. Marijuana was found in the car, 10 grams, which is a state felony in the state of Texas. And also Rice spoke out about his involvement in the crash, saying that he was involved. And I feel like this is just one of those instances where you see a player mess up and you just wish that he just knew better. You can't be on highways speeding in foreign cars and think that you're just going to be okay. Sometimes you're putting other people's lives in danger. And fortunately, people didn't sustain any serious injuries, because if they did, it'll be a situation we saw similar to Henry Ruggs. So I think I'm gonna show the video sometime right here. I think I probably already showed the video. Yes, he did collide and he hit a mother and her little kid, and now that mother has gotten a lawyer and has started to undergo some lawsuits. So the potential consequences I see with Rashee Rice is that he's going to get a lawsuit. NFL is going to crack down on this because they've seen this happen too many times. Rashee Rice is going to be suspended some games. If not, it might be even worse. He might get released by the Chiefs and he won't have a team at all to go to. So it's just a sad case to see just an NFL player who had a great rookie season, won the Super Bowl, and played his heart out in that Super Bowl, now has his career on the line because he made those decisions. Moving on to the next topic. This is one of the best topics I have in this podcast. It is March Madness, especially pertaining to the women's March Madness, because it was so action-packed. I love watching women's March Madness. It's all the great teams. You see Judy Watkins, Paige Beckers, you see Caitlin Clark, and then most recently we saw LSU. Unfortunately, they did fall to Iowa on Monday, I believe. So March Madness recently, South Carolina won over NC State. If I pull it up here, they won 59-78. They won by 19 points. South Carolina knows how to win. They only lost 3 games over the past 3 years, and Don Staley has got those girls playing. So I think in that championship, they're going to continue their reign, and they're going to beat Iowa, and that's my prediction right now. So lock it in. So What I want to touch on is that South Carolina has more weapons than Iowa. Iowa doesn't really have that many weapons. You see, South Carolina, they have Cardoso, they have number 25. I don't know the names of the women. I just started watching women's basketball. You have Pow Pow, number 10, and you have other people coming off the bench like Malaysia Fawali, who is also another guard that can bring different things to the table. So South Carolina winning, they've been winning this whole tournament. They've been winning by an average margin of maybe like 15 or more. Man, they just playing, especially when they want their revenge from last year when they fell to Iowa in I believe the semifinals. So they know what they need to do, and they're seeing Iowa again, which is going to put a bitter taste in their mouth, and they're going to go out there and play. Speaking of Iowa, Iowa beat UConn in a nail biter in a 69-71 finish. Iowa, I did not believe was gonna actually win this game. When the game first started, I thought, oh my goodness, UConn is out on the run, and Iowa is never gonna stop them. And not only that, Iowa couldn't even get things done on the offensive end because they was throwing up a lot of perimeter shots and not really having great shot selection. But throughout the game, you see that Caitlin Clark stepped away from shooting baskets of her own and started getting to her teammates. She started assisting other teammates, and then after that, they was playing defense. But the one thing that took place in this game was the controversial call in the end. It was a moving screen on UConn's center. I forgot her name. She was number 5, I think. Um, it just was an offensive foul, and Iowa was up at that point, and I was just like, oh my goodness, like, come on now, like, and that's a controversial call that sometimes will go down in history because Iowa won off of that call. Um, Moving on to men's March Madness. Men's March Madness is coming on today. At the time of this recording, you will have UConn play Alabama tonight at 7:49 p.m. and you have NC State playing Purdue at 5:09 p.m. So my predictions I got is NC State over Purdue. I feel like DJ Burns is going to hold his ground with Zach Edey. All you have to do with Zach Edey is probably push him out to the perimeter. Don't get him in that paint because all he got is a hook shot. He doesn't have any kind of thing like a mid-ranger or any kind of handle with the ball whatsoever. So you have to push him out to the perimeter, make him pass that ball, and give other teammates the ball. So UConn, my prediction for UConn is I got UConn over Alabama. UConn was, I believe, the national champions last year, and I see nothing different about their team this year. They play defense the same, and also they have bigger bodies when it comes to the front court. They have a big man that can actually hold down anybody who wins out of that other game and anybody who was on the Alabama team. So UConn, I see UConn and NC State in a national championship, and with that being said, I say that UConn will win a national championship for the second time in a row over NC State. So as we get toward the end of this podcast, that's just my couple takes on March Madness. I hope you guys have a great weekend and the rest of your weekend. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment, and therefore I'm out.